Hello, this is 6 Minute English from BBC Learning English. I'm Phil and I'm Georgie. Have you ever happened to you? You eat a donut and get a sugar rush, a strong feeling of excitement and energy, only to collapse an hour later with a headache. Food affects us more than we realize. That's because what we eat alters our brain chemistry, changing our food and emotions. Our brain is working 24 hours a day, even while we sleep. So it needs more fuel than other body parts. So, can we eat our way to feeling happy? In this program, we will be discussing the relationship between food and the brain. And as usual, we were learning some useful new vocabulary as well. So, Rick, Georgie, but first, I have a question for you. Humans with an average brain kilogram, one weigh average brain weighing 1.5 kilos are one of the cleverest animals, but which mammal had a biggest brain? Is it A, an African elephant, B, a dolphin, or C, a sperm whale? Oh, I think it's African elephant. Okay, Georgie, I'll review the answer later in the program. I think it is sperm whale because I if I not remember, if I not have a wrong remember, the elephant brain is so small. I remember that. Now, did you know that despite making up only 2% of our total weight, our brain uses 20% of the body energy? Nutritionist Dr. Rita Artery does. She thinks we should be specifically eating for our brain, as she explained it to BBC World Service Program, the food chain. Eating every day, right? And eating a balanced diet so you get the full complement of vitamins and minerals is critical. If you go low in something and one day it just don't eat any protein for a day, or for me in my situation, if I don't eat any vegetable, I know the next day I'm not sharp. Number one on Dr. Charles' list of brain foods is a regular and balanced diet. A diet contains the proper type and amount of food needed to stay healthy. Remember the rainbow rule: eat foods of many different colors with a lot of leafy, left, leafy greens. A balanced diet also includes different types of nutrients, vitamin, fiber, protein, and so on. But including these isn't always possible. You might go low on, meaning have very little of one food type. Like Charlie said when this happened to her, she's not a chef, as intelligent and quick to notice things as unusual. Dr. George named lots of different foods which help boost our brain, from wild-caught Alaskan salmon and avocado to berry and walnuts. But hang on, Georgie, wild-caught Alaska salmon, very nice and very expensive. It sounds like the superfood, just for a super rich. Well, not according to blogger Michelle Munn. Here she is telling BBC World Services the food chains how eating well needn't cost a fortune. It's not expensive, and everyone's got fridge these days, so yes, you can batch cook things, freeze them, and then eat them in like a week time or something. So I think the problem again is about our lifestyle, about the fact that we feel like we got limited time, and therefore people are trying to cut the time down in the kitchen by cooking things that are pre-made, or even worse, we're just joking in it the microwave, but actually you can do fresh food in 20 minutes flat. Michelle ideas for brain food on a budget involve batch cooking. Batch cooking means cooking a lot of food at one time and saving some to eat later, usually by freezing it. Although microwave really meals are convenient, they lack many nutrients needed by the brain. Luckily, adding some fresh vegetable to back cooking food too means anyone can make a brain healthy meal quickly or in 20 minutes fast, as Michelle said, using the word flat to mean exactly and to emphasize that it can be done quickly. Okay, so we need a balanced diet and batch cooking for big brains. Now, let's test your brain, Georgie, with my question, right? You asked which your mammal had the biggest brain, and I guess it was Africa elephant, which was the wrong answer, I'm afraid. In fact, the biggest brain belongs to sperm whale, weighing about 8 kilos, and the sperm whale's main food, fish. Okay, let's recap the vocabulary we learned in this program, starting with sugar. Certainly feeling excited and full energy after eating food which contain a lot of sugar. A balanced diet includes a correct combination of food needed to stay healthy. If you go low on something, you have very little of it. If you describe someone under sharp, you mean they're intelligent and quick to read them. Batch cooking means cooking a lot of food at the same time and saving some later. And finally, doing something in 20 minutes flat meaning 20 minutes exactly, and it used to emphasize that it done very quickly. Once again, our 6 minutes are up. Have fun cooking up with your old friend, boosting breakfast, and remember to join us again next time. Here are 6 minute English. Goodbye for now. Bye. 6 minute English from bbclearningenglish.com. Until you can think in English, wait for me again. Until you can think in English, you won't truly become fluent. Do you translate from your native language into English while you are speaking in conversation? It slows you down, doesn't it? It creates unnatural pauses and it increases your stress level while you speaking because you panic when you realize you are taking too long to translate words in your head. All of this stops you from being able to communicate easily and naturally in English. So today I want to share you some simple exercise and technique to train your brains to think in English. I'm Emma and here at Hey Lady and we are passionate about helping humans to speak up and say yes to more new opportunity as English speaker. You can find out more about us by visiting our website or finding out why social thinking in English are so related to and connected to feeling fluent in English, be able to speaking without pause or hesitation. Just have to work really on the tip of your tongue. So how do you get from where you are right now to that magical place? How can you train your brain to think in English? One of the core principles of learning to thinking in English is to immerse yourself consistently, and that makes sense. You surround yourself with the language that you are learning as much as possible. If you haven't already made the switch to English speaking new, start there. Learn the lyric to English song and listen or sing to them as much as you can. Watch movie or TV show if that's your thing, or read book or listen to audiobooks or podcast while you are doing any of these things. You hearing works useful rather to struggle in context, which help you to understand how they use in real life situations, and it make it easier for you to recall them when you need to use them in your thoughts or your own conversation. I recommend allocating about 30 minutes every day to immersing yourself in English. And the wonderful things about doing it daily is that the results compound over time. You reach your goal of thinking English much faster if you practice every day rather than practicing for 5 hours one fortnight. And that's because you are progressively building on what you did a day before. Think about when you go to gym and you work out. Your foot go right, but you don't go again for 2 whole weeks. Your muscle and your stamina reverse. It started to go backwards. So the next time that you are there, you actually just building up the strength that you lost during that period where you wasn't working out. But if you keeping working out every day, you're going to be progressively building that lasting strength and muscle, right? It's the same thing your English training. Now, listening and immersion are so good. You can work around a day, all day, every day, receiving English through your headphone, right? And that exposure to your language is great. But in order to train your brain to be thinking in English, you need to work a little bit harder. You need to active the ideas, the language, and the grammatical structure in your mind so that you can really easily accept them. While you're thinking in English, you need to keep that language super active. Now, I've got a few specific exercises that you can do to train your brain to think in English, and I've designed this activity to be short and manageable. You will able to do this task in 30 minutes or less each day. Let you postcard at the sources. 6 minute English is fantastic because the episodes are short and sweet, and there's focus on a clear, specific context. Before you press play, spend 60 seconds brainstorm words and an idea you already know about the postcard topic. The trick here is not to translate. If you catch yourself trying to translate a word from your native language into English, stop and move on. Just write out the English word that's come to you. Then you're going to play the episode through. Now I really want to give you full focus to the episode while you are doing this activity, and that's why the 6 minute episode is great. The short, the sweet. When you finish listening, use an idea map to quickly record the story of the main ideas from a postcard. In English, do this straight after you finish listening and intentionally focus on recall the words and the ideas in English. You doesn't need to be in any particular order, but write down what you recall from episode as soon as those things pop into your mind. What's great about this is you are making these neurological connection between the language that you just been listening to and the English word that you need to talk about topic to share this idea again. Take this one step further. Meet with your speaking partner to discuss the postcard episode. And here are the things. The more you practice doing it, the easier it becomes to think in the language, think in English. So more and more opportunity to activate English word ideas and talk in your mind. More power to you. Let me give you another exercise to try. This time we're going to use a YouTube video as a source. At time filming this video, our conversation topic inside Hey Lady is about fast fashion. So we're learning a lot about vocabulary and ideas about the fashion industry, about sustainability and the environment impacts. So we're gonna use the one of recommend result inside the platform is a video about a fast fashion industry before we're doing anything else, which is going to watch a first 1 minute of video without the sound. We're going to use this video to prompt your brain to think in English because there are lots of visual imageries related to this topic. Make sure you have a piece of paper in front of you so you can write down what you see. You don't need to write down. You could say it out loud or even just think them in English. That's okay. Now in this world, the images move really quickly, so I'm gonna slow down the backpace speed down to 0.5 just to allow your brain a bit more time and natural amount of time to react. And we're going to watch the first full minute of video. If there was something that you saw on the screen that you were watching but you couldn't quite think of the word in English, take a moment to look them up. Once you finish that first minute, try to avoid translate directly from your own language and instead search for the word in English. This will help you keep your brain in English and connect other word or idea to vocabulary to try to look into your brain. Then if you have time, watch the video again and complete the same activity again. Because on the second time, you're gonna see those work that you didn't have to in your mind before. That prompt on the screen is going to help you quickly retrieve the work that you know, strengthening a neurological pathway. There's so many things you can do to practice like this in your own, or practice with your speaking partner or study where to help reinforce the words and bring them into your thoughts. The more that you repeat and you hone the specific topic, the stronger that make your thoughts pathway in brain and the easier it is going to be think in English. The next strategy that's going on to train your brain to think in English, to engage in the English conversation, actually speak, although you might be nervous, although you might be anxious. Practice speaking as much as possible because it is real conversation that you actually focus the things on your feet and to respond really quickly in English. Now this activity did make much easier. If what you were doing in the previous exercise is actually what you're talking about as well. So that the idea, the vocabulary, everything you need is connected. Now, if you're a regular viewer of this channel, you know that inside Heritage community, there are conversation events about topic happen every day, and a member you can join us many times too. So it's really easy to speak regularly and practice consistently. And finally, you can train your brain to think in English by setting a fixed amount of time, just 5 minutes. You can set a time and simply describe what is happening around your work. Around your work. If you work on a bus in your office, the best thing about this activity is you can do it anytime, anywhere. And during that time, your only task is to mentally focus on pulling your brain away from your native language and toward English. Describe the words around you. Narrate your action, what you're doing. Express your thoughts or your opinion about what's happening around you in that moment. And you can start with the words, then build up to simple sentences about action, and gradually you start to increase the complexity. You can shift some of the tenses you using to talk about what happened at the same time yesterday or what you hope with happen in the future. Now, short-term frame here is really important. It can be even less because this activity is really exhausting. Then put it too far, does it become unfun or boring? This skill is like flexibility. It's gradually up. Over time, it's become easier if you do it regularly. It just make a habit about it. Consistency is so important. So make sure you set aside a dedicated amount of time each day to engage in English and to complete one of these exercises. I recommend using a podcast series or an audible, and I've left a few recommendations down in the description. If you are a Haley member, you can use extra resources associated with our conversation topic. And I recommend you these things because you can keep coming back to the same place to get those materials, to get the next episodes, to get the next chapter. Stay motivated, keep practicing, and eventually thinking in English is going to become second nature for you. I'll see you in the next video. Okay, I understand what this video want to give it to us. You have to immerse yourself surround of English. Do you know that when I listen more, I know the new words is very useful in the immerse that I never used it before, but when I learning English, I study English, I hear this for many times. Immerse yourself, surround English is that make your English language a part of your life, and I think it's useful and I think I spend too much time to listen the audio and listen the YouTube video and shadowing it, but I'm not. It's a this let me think that is this a inactive methods English. When I uh, complete the video, I need to try. I need to try thinking about it, and I have to present again, yeah, brainstorm again, write again this topic to share to everyone. This is active learning, not a passive. Okay, maybe in the next day I will reduce the time I speak English, and I will combine speak and writing in the same time to balance. Now I'm also speak and writing in the same time, but the speaking time is so much, and I can control all of this, and it make me feel like now I'm not dis- display people, or I'm not too much exciting with English, or I'm not enough energy to learning English. It's not a part of my life. So I have to reduce the time, and I balance again own activity in English to make me like a habit. And now I will read for you news that's not a shadowing, just a new, and my voice. Now I will read for you some title of the newspaper, and I will stop at the most title attractive me most the most attractive title. UK prison facing serious overcrowding crisis. France's issue crash and sniff baguette stem anti-oil protector try to damage the Manakata two-bedroom monster was 60,000 bees. Milan wants to ban takeaway food after midnight. UK leader crackdown on the sick note culture. Czech Chechnya bans music that is too slow and or too fast. Climate change increase price of Easter egg, ye, jen, zian. Blueberry smash record for heavier ever dating app are becoming less popular. Wow, this is very funny, and I will read it. Okay, let's get started. For nearly 2 decades, smartphones have played a huge role in romance, love, and dating. Dozens of apps have been created to make it easier to meet a partner. However, dating app companies seem to be in trouble. The world's two largest companies have lost more than $40 billion in market value since 2020. One, workers for these companies are losing their jobs. The reason for this is that fewer young people are paying to use the apps. The app companies rely on subscriptions to make a profit. However, many teenagers and people in their 20s no longer want to subscribe to use dating app. Instead, they are choosing to use free platforms like Snapchat and TikTok to find romance. In 2011, BNC News predicted predicted that by 2040, the percentage of couples meeting online would be 70%. Today in the United States, 30% of adults and over half of adults under 30 use dating app. About a third of dating app users say they pay for them. However, times are changing. Younger people around the world have less money to spend on things like apps. The New York Times interviewed young people about dating apps. One 18 years old student said they prefer to meet people in person or through direct messages on social media. She said dating apps were for casual use like a game. She added none of her friends pay for them. She told us paying for an app would no no. Oh, let me discuss about this topic. I think the dating app, the user use dating app reduce because that it's too expensive, and you know the most user using app is a teenager about 20s, so they have not enough money to use this app. And if you want to talk about all those people, they have enough money, why they need have to use this app, why they can meet people in person, right? And as you know, um, uh, s- regularly nowadays the social media platform is increase rapidly, and there are so much platform you can use for find a partner that have a same energy or have a same characters, same feeling like you, like stress, the play that you can share your emotion feeling, and it's a very casual in in a dating app. The uh, person profile would be very sparkling, and maybe it is not sparkling like this, and it be limited some person that's suitable for you, because I think the person that you the dating app is very confident, and they also want to rapid romantic love, romantic relationship, not a romantic relationship. It may be a one night stand. I think that, and when you meet person in a normal platform like TikTok, Facebook, or Instagram, you will meet a person that very naturally, and you can start with friend and then become a lover. And I think there are two reasons the dating apps reduce. The first is it too expensive and not suitable for almost target audience. And the second one is that now they have many social platform can replay this dating app, and this is also end of the English of me today. And as you know that when I finish record, I have to write some caption by English, and I feel so tired. I'm sorry if when I speak English I hear the tired a lot, because my best in English, my vocabulary is small, so I have to use the the vocabulary the same vocabulary in the same time and many times. So that's just all I want to tell for you today. All my story today. Thank you for listening this, and don't forget attend my English challenge by hashtag 99,999 challenge English and record your voice in any platform like Drive, YouTube. And I'm very happy when you attend with me. And also, if you not record your voice, you can write down some about your day, about this topic I tell about in the description, in the comment below, and I will answer you, and we can discuss about the topic. Thank you. Goodbye and see you in a next day. Hope